Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make an origami kusudama. As you see right here, it has 3 sides, a hole in the top, and a hole in the bottom. That's the same with the small one. For this, you will need a glue stick, origami pointer, if you have one, an origami creaser, if you have one, and origami tweezers, if you have them. For now, you can set these aside, and you can get ready. To make the square, take your piece of paper, take one corner, fold it over to the edge. So that it's lined up perfectly. And when you crease it lightly, it should make a pretty fine point. And then once you have that with the fine point, just crease it lightly. And then take your origami creaser, if you have one. If not, use your fingernail and go down the crease, up the crease, down the crease and back. And then you should have this. Then once you do, flip it over so the edge is like that. Then you take this part and you fold it so that when you crease it, your crease lines up with, or I'll bring it up there, so that the crease lines up like that. Same thing, lightly crease, and then up, down, up, and back, and flip it. And while you're doing that, unfold it. And then, since you have that nice crease right there, it shouldn't be too hard to just crease it like that. And then this is just for normal printer paper. If you already have a square, that's superb. Just skip ahead and just do that a couple times. And then finally, you should have kind of like, the fibers should be like separating kind of. And once you do that, you can kind of rip it apart. So you have that. And then you take this out. If you're going to make a mini one, save this and do that same thing. Fold the corner over, and then fold, 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 and then you have your square. So you have this, and then fold this over there. So you have that. Crease that a couple times, and should have a nice triangle. So you have your triangle, unfold it, and take that edge, fold it over here. If it's not perfect, like if it's over there, well, fix it, adjust it. It's okay if it's like over the edge a little bit. It's not ideal, but it's still okay. Then unfold it, flip it over, fold along that same crease. And if you ever want to stop and keep doing it or try to figure it out, just pause the video. Now you have this triangle with a line through it, right? Unfold that triangle until you have a nice flat piece, and take the flat edge not the diagonal edge, so not the point, but the flat part. Fold it over to the other edge. Then crease that lightly, and then there, back, there, and back. And fold, flip over. You can pause it if you need to, but yeah. And then unfold that, do the same thing, but on this side. And then keep it folded. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I thought you left me for sure. So now you should have that nice plus looking thing, but with lines coming from the center. Unfold that and tell me, did you remember to fold it both ways? You did? That's excellent. Okay, take the corners and fold them over to the center, like this. Then once you do that, crease. And then do that with this one, and this one. So you should have something like this. Unfold all of that, flip it over, and fold along those same creases. Something like this again. If you do, you did it right. I thought I could trick you. Nope. And then you take the flat side again and fold it into the center. So once you fold it into the center, crease it, unfold it, flip it over, fold along that same crease. Then crease that, and do that with this side. And then once you do that, fold this over here and this over here. You got it? Cool. I don't remember if I told you to unfold, but that's what you should do. So now you should have something crazy looking with all of these creases. It's kind of crazy. And then you ideally keep 2 of the creases and crease them over again. Then this is the kind of tricky part. You take this, so you see this diamond right here going like that? Take the center of it where this line meets the middle and stick your finger underneath it and pull it down. And then crease that. And then do the same with this, so that you have something like that. Then take it right here and pull that down so it collapses into something like this. This is where creasing it hard with your fingernail or origami creaser really helps. And folding it and then unfolding it, flipping it, and then folding it on that same thing. That also helps. Do that with this side too. So fold, diamond, middle, stick your finger under there, fold it, like unfold it, and fold it, and then crease it, and crease it. Then take this side, bring it down, lightly crease it, and then crease it with your origami creaser. So you should have something like this, correct? If you have something like this, you're on the right trail. Take this, and this is another tricky step. This is a squash fold. So take one of these corners and bring it up straight. Take the point and just push it down. That's how I like to do it. And then go up that line, down, up, and then across. Then you crease it through all of those lines. Do that with this one, and this one. I'll walk you through the next one. So bring it straight up and then push down. Go up that way, then that way. To make sure that there's no like wrinkles or anything. And then crease it. Do that with this one and this one. Once you did all that, you should have something that looks like this. Mine kind of started to unfold, so it has kind of that X thing in it. It's okay because you can just push it down, it goes away. This is kind of the fun part, so watch this closely because you'll need to do a lot of this. You fold this to the middle center part of that, and you crease, and so you have something that looks like this. It's okay if it's like that, and then you take this side and fold it over to the edge of the crease you just made. So once you have this, you fold it over to right there. Got it? And then this is where this tool comes in handy. So on mine, I have a big part and a small part. I use the small. So on this, I'll try to focus this for you. You take your small thing and you fit it through that gap right there, then push it as far as it can to the point. And then you take it out slowly, and then you lightly crease, then crease hard. So you should have something that looks like this. Do that with this, 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 and this. I know it's a lot and it is kind of tricky, but as soon as you get to the last one, I bet you'll be a pro at it. So you might be facing a similar dilemma. You can't get your thing in here. That's all right. Just follow it down to where it might be easier. Point it down and then just bring it all the way up there and do the same thing. Then crease it lightly, then hard. If that happens again, just do what I just did. I am on my last one. Are you? If you're not, that's okay. If you're ahead of me, woohoo! Good job. I'm going to walk you through the last one. Even though since you're such a pro, you can probably do this no problem. But fold to the center, crease, crease, fold to the line, crease, crease. Open it and then bring it up and then wiggle yourself in and then flatten it. Crease, crease. Do you have something like this? If you do, that is amazing. That looks like this. If you do, flip it over. If you don't, just go back a couple of minutes and rewatch it. Now take this and don't use this part, but this part. This is the part that you want. And you start at the edge you work your way forward twice. Then you do that with this side as well. This side, then this side. So you should have a flat thing. Then you take the corners and fold them up along the center line until you get about like this much. Should be like up there, and it should be, the point should be along the center crease, and then crease that hard because you want this to be creased hard. Then you do that with this, this, and this, and you try to make it look identical. And a trick I find helps, if you do this, and then if you turn it like that, you can say, oh, and if you draw a line like that, you can think, is this going in the same exact line as how I want it? Can you do this? Heck no. So you can back it up a little. Or you can just look at these parts and say, does this look the same as this? Kind of. But I would still back it up. Is that the same? No, I keep going on same crease. Dang it. And then, yeah. If you get some gold with that, but still not right, back it up a little. That is perfect. And then once you get a good one, you want to crease hard so that your creases don't mess up and that it stays in that same crease. Now, do that with these. If you already did this one and this one, move on to these. You should have something that looks like this. Crease it over once more, and then flip it over. You should have something that looks like this. Take your origami ruler and check behind you. No, not really. Do not do that. Just crease over all of the lines that you recently made. So that means this line, this line, this line, that line, and then all the ones you just made. So like, it'd be this line, that line, that line, this line, that line, that line, that line. Or you can just do the triangle parts and then do the outer rim. I usually do that, but choose your pick. So yeah, I have something like this. Do you? If you do, that's amazing. Do this 2 more times. I'm not kidding on that. If you want to make this with 3 sides, you gotta make this again. See, this is only 1 side. See? You have to have 3 of these in order to make the complete kusudama. So what you should have right here is your 3 parts to the kusudama. What you'll need next is your Elmer's school glue. That's what I have at least. You may have something different. So it was from last year. School last year. And so pick the color you least like. That's what I do. I'm going to choose the blue. if you like blue people, no offense, and pick your favorite one. I chose orange. Take your glue and take one of the flaps and glue it all up. Make sure there's a good amount of glue on there, as you can see. And then take one of the flaps, lift it up, and put them together, points up, and hold them together for, I don't know, a couple minutes. You can also take your tweezers and just, I'll do it with the tweezers and fingers. If you're doing a miniature, tweezers are very useful because with these scrap pieces, this side is about as long as these. The part where you're squeezing. And people ask me, can I use tweezers, like, to pull out? It's fine. It will definitely take way longer because it doesn't have as much as a space. So I just use origami tweezers. My sister got me this cool book for my birthday. Not my birthday, Christmas. And yeah, it had in there the tweezers, this, some origami paper, the tweezers, creaser, the pointer thing, some origami paper. It's actually very cool. But I usually just listen to White Fang while doing this, but once you feel like it's pretty secure and dry, then you can stop and take this side and this. Again, you put a whole bunch of glue on it. And lift up one of these flaps. Points up. Tweezers. It takes a while. I usually hold it for 5 minutes, but you can do it for less. 5 minutes is what I like to do though, so. You can go ahead and put the glue on the cap on your glue right now so it doesn't dry out. Happens. Then, I know that hasn't really been 5 minutes, but who really cares? So next, you can put these down then glue these together. But it's fine if you don't. It just makes it a little bit easier. But you put glue on here, like a lot of glue, as usual, and then lift it up, this flap up, then boink. Sorry, it's hard to get a good angle with this since it's starting to take shape, kind of. I'm sorry. It is kind of hard though. And just, yeah, so you can kind of see the top of this and that starting to look kind of the same. Hey, look, the green and blue are in the same place. Ooh, I should have used yellow instead of blue. That would have been pretty. So, orange, green, and yellow. That would have been nice. Okay, I think that's about good. And then you should have something that looks kind of like this. Just going to pull up these flaps real quick. And then this flap is going to go to here, and this one to here. But don't use this same thing. I don't, at least. So let's do these top things first. So what I like to do is instead of, I just like smother the top part of this with glue. And then I take this and I actually bring it together. My glue fell. Like that. So it's on top of each other. I just think it looks better. It's more durable. Durable, that's a good word. Very good word. I like it. I used to be so ignorant to origami. Ignorant means like unschooled, unlearned. And apparently I'm ignorant to my glue. Keeps falling over. That's what you hear. So, gonna. Why did I do that? I just still need to glue this one and that one. Who cares? So I have something that looks like this, with that on top of there, that. So yeah, it's really coming together. And this is actually your completed kusudama. I forgot how to say it. Dang it. Kusudama? Was that what I was saying? I don't know. Kusudama? I don't know. Kusudama. Yeah. Just kidding. That took way more effort than I intended. Then you do that same technique you did right here on this one and that one. So glue here. And then once you finish this one, move on to this one. So you might be having problems once you finish this. Oh my gosh, come on. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that. So you might be having problems like, hey, this part isn't, like these parts aren't like going down. That's okay. If you have a tool like this, you can use that. I don't like to though, so I just use my hand and I just, so see right in there where the point is going in, I push that out on all of the sides so that, yes, it's still not perfect, but it's a little better. And this is the completed kusudama.